Hello, people of the planet and beyond.
Do we get that far?
You know, this is the second time
Oh
you
my
made that
god!
joke.
Jesus!
The moth
It's
again?
the goddamn moth.
So,
So for those of you listening, it is pitch black in my bedroom, and there is a moth that has invaded the home and is really annoying, and he keeps hitting me in the eye. That's like the third time he's hit me like it just straight in the eye, and it's really driving me crazy. Jeez, he's all over my head for some reason.
you want me
Go,
to stop
bud.
the recording until you can actually kill it?
No, he'll go away eventually.
Hopefully.
He's
Let's
denying
let's
his
hope we're not in
bitching.
the middle of this and you're like, God damn it, moth. Okay, we're gonna stop this. I'm gonna kill it now.
Yeah. Well, I probably wouldn't kill it.
You're
I'd
against the killing of bugs. You're a
no. It would be a waste. I'd probably feed it to my rat or something. Although I don't know if he would eat it. He's
I
probably
don't
too
think
picky.
those rat eat bugs.
I don't know if they eat bugs specifically, but I know that by nature they're scavengers and omnivores like we are. So eating meat shouldn't be a problem for him. He ate out of my hamburger this morning, so he was okay.
Okay, so uh, it's been forever since we actually read this. So
Bleh.
will you stop burping?
I love you.
What?
'Tis how we say I love you in the language of my people.
You want me to? Whatever. It's my turn to start reading, and I'm going to kill this guy after we finish the recording.
Good luck.
You shouldn't burp in the middle of the recording. God damn it!
I will always burp in the middle of a recording.
Try not to, please.
No.
It's not
Make me.
nice.
Okay,
Good.
I will do it. For the fans,
Do
of
you
which we have five.
do you actually remember the rest of the story when Wallace left off?
Yeah, up to this point.
Okay. Deep in a more rural half of Equestria, a little baby Draconicus chuckled playfully in the back of a hidden cavern. It obviously had been recently birthed, judging from its small size and immaturity. It remained hidden away in the darkness, waiting for two familiar figures to appear once more. The land, the land outside the cavern was beautiful, consisting of an iron field of yellow grass and a dense forest surrounding the outskirts. And and in the, and at the moment it was sunset, and the sky gave off a luminescent orange glow. The ambience was soothing, only the sounds of the comforting wind echoed in these parts, as well as the how bristling trees further in the distance. There was no pony here, no pony there, no pony but tree usually. Eventually, those two familiar figures did appear once more. The two larger Draconicus, however, were completely bored expression as they regarded the baby one. They were so devoid of emotion it'd be hard to imagine these were its parents. One of them was a female, obviously, while the other one was a male, and the creatures looked mighty ancient and powerful, and fond of its own in particular, but not of the little child. They simply looked down at it as I looked back at them happily. The baby Draconicus bounced playfully, and it attempted to reach the two later Draconicus in order to embrace at least one of them in a hug, but she was denied. Denied!
Denied.
Pushing softly against her tiny, flare body with a larger male Draconicus with his claw. He pushed her away from them gently, at least he was gentle about it.
Yes,
And
yes, gently indeed.
oh, we don't care about you, but we're not gonna kick you. I mean, that will be terrible.
We may be abandoning you completely, but at least we're nice about it, right?
Yeah.
It's a
And
reasonable abandonment.
and then he shook his head at her. The baby Draconicus was confused, unsure of what her father meant by such action. At this point, she sat obliquely and simply looked up at them with curious eyes, blinking every now and again. I don't see the need. I don't need to add that, but okay. The lady felt so, to know that she didn't die, or that he isn't creepy. Like, can you imagine if someone is looking at you and he doesn't blink?
Hmm.
The
That
lady,
would be kind of creepy.
yeah. Especially if it's a baby.
Just the baby sits there staring.
Yeah.
Is it broken?
Is he okay?
Are they okay?
The
He won't
lady.
stop staring at me. It means he likes you. No, it's not that.
No, I think it's not that. I think he's dead. Uh,
I wouldn't say that, but you know, have the mother beat me with a stick,
oh yeah, that will be bad.
scaring her to death like that.
The large female Draconicus then lowered her frame in front of the little one. She clapped her paws and pawed together as if demonstrating something, and she did so, cotton candy manifesting in her paw. The larger female Draconicus raised above the little one, remaining silent as she did so, looking at her as if asking through facial expression if she understood what she just did. The baby Draconicus then giggled playfully and nodded at her mother. She repeated the process with cotton candy to manifest in her paw as well. She then looked up at her parents with a bright smile as if seeking praise for her actions. The larger female Draconicus smiled softly. I'm gonna sometimes I'm gonna get really tongue-tied while saying Draconicus. Smiles so,
Sure sounds like
Smiled softly at the little one. She then rose back up and gave a nod to her lover. The larger male Draconicus nodded back at her lover in a slight smirk. The both of them looked down at the little baby Draconicus before. How many times are you gonna type Draconicus? God damn it!
it. Well, it is about one, so it
Before,
makes sense.
yeah, but okay, you get my point. You're kind of repeating yourself a lot. Before the male pointed at the ground as if telling her to stay, the baby Draconica simply blinked, a little puzzled, but then she nodded happily in understanding. She was used to saying anyway. It didn't really make sense why he wasn't sorry she did so this time specifically. Um,
Hey,
yeah,
what if it's Discord?
I don't
Would that
think
be free?
I don't think it's Discord. He would recognize her.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Sounds like they all look the same to me.
why?
I don't know. Just conjecture.
The baby Draconica sat there in the back of the cave wearing a familiar smile. The hours drew on and on as they did so. The inside of the cavern only became darker. Still, the baby Draconicus remained, smiling as she stared at the front of the cave, waiting for those two familiar figures. Morning soon came, and she still smiled. And will you stop burping?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to that time. I was trying not to.
Morning soon came, and she still smiling, staring at the front of the cave, waiting for them to show. The hours slowly kept building up, and night soon crawled back up into the sky. The baby Draconicus at this point had somewhat a worried expression, but she still wore a feeling smile, expecting them to come any time now, and this is getting very sad.
This is getting sad.
Yeah. Uh, Hold on, I lost myself. Okay, there we go. Let me move a little bit because I'm a little lost. There we go. Morning again and stillness settled them. Perhaps they were just a little busy. No, they definitely come, she nodded to herself in reassurance, and Gilda she stared wide at the entrance with hopeful eyes. The baby Draconicus remained this way for the entire week. She didn't move, didn't eat, and didn't even sleep. She simply stared at the entrance of the cavern. But on the final night, as the dreadful realization hit her even as sun shone, she didn't cry. Not yet. The bags beneath her eyes were signifying enough, alongside her pain and tragic expression. She finally decided to move from that spot at the back of the cave. Her now white branches bristled a bit as she did so, climbing to her hoof and claw as she sluggishly made her way up to the front of the cavern. As she did this, she kept her gaze focused on the ground, moving like a zombie as she left the only home she'll never know. But she didn't care about that right now. She just left. She looked up, left, right. Maybe there will be a possible glimpse of them somewhere. She had to make sure. Nothing. Still nothing. She tried to keep her cool, and simply made her way to the open field and looked up at the sky upon arrival. It was beautiful, as she never seen before herself. The mesmerizing stare for the first time at the gorgeous full moon. The world seemed so fast, so beautiful, so empty. She saw the trees in the distance, and suddenly a look of fear overwhelmed her. Her body trembled as she desired to confront her parents, and in some weird way expected them to just pop out when she felt such feelings. She peered at the distant forest building shadows, glooping as she looked back to the area of her home once more. She then shook her head, refusing to leave this spot, and then just curled up on the upper field, the beauty of the vast night being in her only comfort. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
She gave her son a hopeful smile. The baby Draconicus repeated her mother's familiar action and manifested a cotton candy in her paw. She giggled softly to herself as she began to eat it, But even though she wore a smile, even though she looked in the bright side of things, she eventually cried. With each bite, tears trickled down into the blade of grass. Her body trembled profusely as she ate, and her smile slowly turned into a frown, a broken expression. They were never coming back, never planning to. The realization finally hit home. She was alone.
It's
Well,
so sad.
jeez, yeah.
I wonder if like, this is conjecture that can wait till the end.
Okay, you want me to keep going?
Yes, keep going.
Okay. Charlie slept suddenly in her bed in the morning sun. As the morning sun rays pierced through her bedroom window and irritated her face somewhat, she tossed around and eventually spread out her hooves as she muttered things from her dreams. Her maid, as she muttered things from her dreams. Her mind was erratic and messy as she steadily started to wake up. She yawned deeply as she slowly opened her eyes and blinked a few times. It would have been like any other average mornings, besides the fact that there was something sitting atop of her, staring right at her. She wasn't surprised at this time, however. Actually, she expected it a little. Sitting atop of her belly and watching over her as she slept was a baby Draconicus with a smile.
I don't know if I can do that voice correctly. I don't want to. I feel like there's been such a build up to it. I don't want to fail. I don't want to fail.
Hiya!
Okay, well you're better at that.
Chili smiled softly at her. Because he's very good at making deep voices and making good at making high pitched voices.
Something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines. Chili smiled softly at her, then leaning up before rubbing the top of her head affectionately.
Hi, sweetie. Good morning. Did you get any sleep last night?
The baby dragon slowly. What the fuck did I just said? The baby Draconicus nodded and added to the mare happily.
Mm-hmm.
As Chili looked at the Draconicus, she kept her carrying smile, but her eyes saddened somewhat as she recalled the events of last night. She asked the baby Draconicus her name, seems she didn't even have one, or know it at least, and one more depressingly mind-blowing event after another it seems. Chili could only ponder what you have to call her until she came up with a fitting name. It seemed that her baby Draconicus had a certain obsession with sweets. Maybe she could get some from Pinkie Pie's letters, while keeping the actual Eden obscure, of course. She listened heavily before climbing out of bed and trotting into the bedroom.
What did you say?
She trotting on over to her bed.
No, go back to the beginning of the sentence and say those first three words.
She listened heavily before climbing out of the bed. What?
You say seed?
Sighed. I'm sorry
Okay.
for my accent.
It's okay. I wasn't sure if that was your accent or if that was just you.
She started off by brushing her teeth. The whole time she was getting ready for her day, her newfound baby Draconicus remained to her side of a smile. It observed her every action and movement, as if relished in her very presence. Shelley found it absolutely adorable. Who wouldn't? But it saddened her as well, as she brushed her mane. She couldn't help but wonder how would this all end? How could she possibly pull this off? She was no mother, and she couldn't just stroll around with the baby Draconicus, especially after what happened between her and the main six. She had to be careful, take it slow if you wanted any chance of succeeding. Sheila looked up the baby Draconicus with a smile.
Sweetie?
She lowered her flame and then placed a hoof atop the Draconicus' head with a soft smile and sad eyes.
Are you sure you don't have a name? Anything your parents called you in particular?
She longed for an answer, prayed for one. The baby Draconicus nervously shook her head, a small blush appearing on her face.
I don't think so. Mama and Papa weren't with it. I can't do this. I'll just go with it. Mama and Papa weren't with me long, and they were really quiet and never called me anything like ponies are called. Is that bad?
She looked at Chili, somewhat worried, as she lowered her head a little and eyed the ground, to then her heart and power with that. She's absolutely adorable. I have to say that. Chili stand with her as she gave her a little Draconicus and reassuring smile and hugged her tightly. Of
Course not. It just means we'll have to find something fitting for a little bundle of joy such as yourself. Do you have anything you ever wanted to be called? Anything you wanted to go by?
She grew her head to the left slightly. The baby Draconicus looked up at Chili before peering out to the lower left with a reflexive expression. She pondered the question.
Well, I guess I never really thought about it before. No pony was ever really interested in knowing my name.
Her expression was brightened up as she smiled happily at Shirley's bouncing a little.
But we can figure it out, right?
Shirley's heart sank. She put a smile, but she couldn't hide her southern eyes. How could the little Laconic spill of things of these things so naturally? The fact she no longer had parents, a topic that Shirley didn't want to delve into at the moment, as well as the fact that she didn't have a name. Every moment became tougher for Shirley as she could only imagine how long this baby Laconic has been alone. Was her life truly meant to be so dismal? She couldn't accept it. She took a moment to recollect herself before smiling at the baby Draconicus.
Of course, everything will work out. Don't you worry.
As Shirley finished readying herself for the day, she made her way out of the room and then down the hall. Sadly, as much as wanted to, she couldn't take this day off school. It seemed suspicious, as she also didn't have a substitute in place, but also she didn't want the little studies and calls to miss out on today's lesson. She had to go to work today. It also grieved her for some free time to ponder what she had to do down the line. As she went downstairs, she made her way to the front door. Her eyes had widened. She almost forgot how close he her. She turned around and saw the expected baby Draconicus was there, continuing to look up at her happily, expectantly. She looked at her friend once more before placing a hood on the baby Draconicus' head.
How the heck? There we go. I was gonna say, how the heck did I lose my place? Sweetie, I'm going to have to leave for work now. I need you to stay here, okay? Wait for me to come back home?
I think I know where they're going with this. They're probably gonna make her follower. Normally, in things like that, I'm normally pissed off when people make that thing. Well, like little children make that sort of mistake. But in this
Mm,
case, I think it's understandable.
I think in most cases it's understandable. They're children.
Well, yeah, but I
They don't have the same power of reasoning as we do.
yeah. The way iconic expression almost immediately sunk as she became overwhelmed with paranoia and fear.
Huh?
Charlie continued.
Don't worry, I'll be back. I'm just going to head to work. I can't let you come with me, and I certainly can't have you trotting around Ponyville. Just wait for me, okay? And later we'll do something special.
Charlie gave her a shooting mouth as she rubbed up her head, ruffling her white mane a little bit. Did I get stuck?
Huh?
Did I get stuck that you made that weird noise?
Yeah, well, it sounded like you did. Maybe I misheard you. I'm sorry.
That's okay. The Draconica simply peered into Charlie's eye with a frightened expression. Her body trembled as she looked over her mane with a sense of worry. Ultimately dread, she shook her head.
No, you can't leave.
To this Charlie crooked a brow. A little stunned by such a demanding response, she chuckled softly before pulling a little baby Draconicus clone with an affectionate embrace.
I promise I'll be back. There's no need to be afraid.
So comforting word did deter the baby Draconicus from severe paranoia about the situation. Her body only continued to tremble as Shirley kept her clothes in a loving embrace. She regretted the time she looked up at the entrance of the cavern, only to unexpectedly be left alone. She didn't want to take that chance, especially not with Shirley. Shirley was special. She was different and she knew it. Her eyes simply remained waiting and filled with fear as Shirley soon let her go, and they smiled down at her once more. She looked up at Shirley, her claw and paw close to her chest and somewhat scared. Defensive matter, she remained silent. Shirley now nodded at her, trying to get her to realize there was nothing to worry about.
Please try not to worry. I'll be back as soon as I can. Now stay here. If you get bored, the TV is in the other room, okay? Ponies have TV.
Well, I'm not sure. Do they? Let's not go there right now. We will save it for the end of the chapter.
This just in. Ponies have TV.
A dense smile crept on the mare's face as she then opened the door to the house and trotted outside it, looking at the baby Draconicus as she did so.
Be good, sweetie.
With that, she shut the front door, leaving nothing but the baby Draconicus to her thoughts.
Shut the front door.
The baby Draconicus heart sunk as she flinched at the sight of the shutting door. She simply looked at the door wide-eyed, with a sense of paranoia had never left her. She kept her tiny arms curled up as she began pacing heavily with worry. Negative thoughts filled her mind. With only a few seconds after Chili had left did she then burst quickly as she could to the kitchen window, levitating and flying up to look outside it. Panic breathing all over her face as she saw Chili already making some distance from the house and heading out deeper into the Ponyville. The baby iconic heart raced as she never lost that expression of dread and intimate fear. She then made her way hurriedly up to the stairs and paced through both the attic and to the roof, ensuring not to close distance with Shirley. The baby draconic stumbled onto the roof and she let a soft yelp.
Ow.
She then hurried.
That didn't sound right.
Ow!
I can't do female voices.
She then hurriedly got up, stepping quickly and then perking over to the edge that faced the front, trying to catch a glimpse of Shirley from the top. It didn't take her long to see the modern Christ mare trotting down the path through Ponyville happily. Discussed the baby draconic to brighten up with some of her expression. She chuckled as she then puffed through the air quickly, moving from roof to roof, never losing sight of Shirley.
It's Nightcrawler.
Along the way, Chili passed numerous other ponies, of course, some stopping to her as she trotted and engaging in a friendly conversation. One of such ponies being Derpy Hooves. Derpy waved at Chili with a delighted smile.
Hi, Miss Shirley.
Chili chuckled as she waved back at Derpy.
Why, hello there, Derpy. What are you up to this fine morning?
Derpy put a hand over her muzzle, dwelling on the question for a bit before smiling.
Oh, yeah, I'm okay. That doesn't sound like Derpy at all. Too many women speaking. I remember now. I was looking for Rainbow Dash. This is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. This is the crappy. I can't.
You can't do female voices.
We need to get a third person that's a girl.
Chili.
Well, that might not work because you'll never be able to talk to her.
Okay, that's all, folks. I'm gonna just fly over to the US and punch him in the face right now.
Woo!
Don't be a dickhead, or I'm going to fucking hit you when you come. You idiot.
Dude. Wow.
You're being rude, so it's your own fault. Discussed Chili's eyes to snap wide as she then chuckled somewhat nervously, speaking in a hushed tone.
I was looking for Rainbow Dash.
What? I think you lost yourself.
No, I'm trying to keep going.
No. You were like, hehe, Rainbow Dash?
That's not what I said.
No, that's where you are supposed to be right now.
Oh, you read that line?
Yes.
Dude, what the heck?
This caused Chili's eyes to snap wide as she then chuckled somewhat nervously, speaking in a hushed tone.
Rainbow Dash. Well, if you see her, give her my regards, Derpy. I have to get to the schoolhouse. I'm already falling a bit behind as it is. You have a pleasant day now.
Jillian tried to pat the great man hurriedly, continuing to the schoolhouse. Derpy waved at Chili once more before then flying off into the sky in search of the Rainbow Main Mare. I always find it difficult to say that.
What?
Main Mare. Thankfully, it was a pleasant day. The clouds were puffy and white, and the sky. When are the clouds not puffy? I'm sorry.
When they are cirrus clouds and they are stretched thin, or when they are cumulonimbus clouds and they seem heavy and weighty and solid.
Fine.
There are different types of clouds.
I will let it go for now.
And what defeated by logic once again.
At the very least, I didn't say when are they white because I know the answer to that.
Okay.
It seemed like nothing could go wrong. God damn it! No, don't say that. As it was.
Yeah, you can't say that in a story.
As it was,
It's like the ultimate catalyst.
As it was, Chili spirits up even more. All she had to do was to be careful and nothing bad could happen. Stop saying those kind of things. You're tempting the devil.
if there is a devil
She then made it to the school.
in My Little Pony.
She
Or
meant
is it just this?
you're attending Discord. And she then made it to the
Yes.
schoolhouse. It didn't take Shirley long to take care of to notice the three flies in particular hanging around outside. Shirley smiled softly to herself before rolling her eyes. Although this trip was up to something unpredictable, there certainly wasn't an unpleasant sight. Scuttle was doing a hoof stand, as she was also chewing on multiple toothpicks.
What?
Sorry,
I wonder what's happening.
your turn.
Bleh. Just nope. There's.
You want me to read? You want me to read them?
I almost feel like we should switch. There's too many girl voices.
We will do so in the next chapter.
In the next chapter. Well, of course, in the next chapter. But
Just a little longer, Sweetable. Almost got it. Just a little more seconds, and I'm getting my wheel up here. Sweetable was holding up a stopwatch as Apple Bloom was doing push-ups. As Shirley approached the three of them,
doing push-ups here.
She laughed softly.
Now, what are you three doing? Come on, Kingdom Red Crusaders. It's time for class. You can continue crusading after school.
She looked at them expectantly, humored by their action, as they all soon stopped what they were doing, immediately being overcome with grumpy expressions. Scooter referred to his side as she scowled at Shirley.
Mr. Lee, you ruined my record. I was so close to getting my cutie mark.
Apple Bloom snapped at her as well.
Yeah, Miss Cherry, you ruined our concentration.
She poked her lower lips before crossing her hooves. Shirley giggled before sighing softly.
All right, I'm sorry, but class is just as important. Oh, what did I do? I hit the scroll button. There we go. Come on, you three. It's time to get started.
She then patted their flanks as if signaling them to hurry inside. As they did as they were instructed. Shirley following suit, shutting the school doors behind her as she did so. Looking outside the schoolhouse, in some nearby bushes was a baby Draconicus. She put her head out as if she then made her way over to one of the windows, peeking through at Shirley from the back with a happy smile plastered on her face. She looked at the class of ponies go about their daily routines with fascination, and in a sense she envied them, their social and engaging lives. Her eyes saddened as she wore a smile as she simply observed from the background. She wanted nothing more than to be able to go inside, to be able to make friends with the three fillies, who always seemed to hang about and doing weird things together, but she wasn't like any of them. No, she was the black sheep of society. The baby Draconicus looked on, lowering her head every now and again as one of the little fillies or colts passed by the window she was looking through. The baby Draconicus continued to watch as she did so, sorry, over the period of the class, feeling jealousy overwhelm her when she saw the Philistine cut hot Charlie, openly engaged with her in conversation, happily embraced her. She couldn't help but stare at the event with an intense longing. Is that how you pronounce it?
What did you say? How did you say it?
Longing.
Longing.
Sorry.
It's okay.
At what point she came close to passing through the very wall and going in like she did last time, but she stopped herself. Good. Her expression stamped as she whimpered and looked towards the ground. She couldn't do that. She had to remain hidden away. And so she did, for the rest of the class. As the band ran out in the afternoon, little Phyllis and Cole didn't hesitate to both through the schoolhouse door to freedom for the rest of the day. Majority of them tried to along back to Porterville with excited faces, but one of them remained in the moment. It was Scootaloo, hopping onto her scooter with a determined expression before looking back into the class.
Later, Miss Cheerily. See you tomorrow.
Shirley chuckled from her desk, waving at the little filly.
See you tomorrow, Scootaloo.
With that, Scootaloo strode off the path went further into Polybean. And along the way, she didn't fail to notice two familiar mares looking their way up to the schoolhouse. Scootaloo waved at them.
Oh, hey, Twilight. Hey, Fluttershy.
As Shirley sat here at the desk, sorting through the last stack of papers before heading out, Two visitors didn't hesitate to make their way back inside. As Shirley raced abroad to the direction of the door, her eyes widened before she smiled nervously, immediately stopping what she was doing to regard the two of them.
Oh, Twilight, Fluttershy, what a surprise! What brings you two out here?
Shirley had a guilty expression as she signed heavily, then looking at Fluttershy. Fluttershy instead had her mere grumpy, commanding expression as she crossed her hooves and pointed at Miss Shirley.
Go on.
Shirley rolled his... Who said that? Fluttershy?
Oh, that was Fluttershy, I guess.
Okay. Shirley rolled his eyes before approaching Shirley with a groan. Oh,
Listen,
she was hoping... Okay, I get it. I get why she
mhm,
said that. I was a little bit confused why she said that.
mhm. Listen, Cheer, about the other day, I wanted to apologize for the whole Jaconicus incident. I realize you weren't aware
Oh, wow, that's
of the
harsh.
dangers you posed to Ponyville, and I realize even though you didn't know it for long, you obviously had feelings for it. I just wanted to say I'm sorry for, well, I guess I just wanted to say sorry in case you were mad at me still.
Those are some very harsh words. You realize what she was gonna say, right?
Educated,
Yes.
said to the educator.
Yes. That is wow. Fluttershy wins somewhat. I would do that too. A little
Mm-hmm.
displeased with Twilight's execution on the matter, but still gave her a nod of approval. Fluttershy then made her way over to Shirley. She spoke in her soft, yet barely audible tone.
That's not, let's see. Uh, yes, nope, sorry, not gonna happen. Yes, Miss Shirley, Twilight is very, very sorry for sending out the poor baby Ducanicus in such a mean way. And I'm sorry for Discord. He was very, very immature about the entire thing. And I promise you, he has learned his lesson to be more gentle and caring next time.
Fluttershy looked down with saddened eyes.
I only wish there was something we could do for the poor little baby Ducanicus. She must be so scared and alone out in the cold wilderness. If only she wasn't so dangerous.
A shiver ran down Fluttershy's back. Twilight got in.
It's done, Fluttershy. It's already long gone by now. Back in its natural habitat and living life as it should.
She looked back at Shirley.
But anyway, Cheerily, yes. Like Fluttershy said, we're sorry.
Shirley looked at them with wide eyes before gleaming somewhat with with an embarrassed smile.
Oh, you two have no need to apologize for the whole matter. It's fine. You did what you had to do. I understand.
Shirley regarded them both with warm side, particularly Fluttershy, who Shirley was now considering to talk to later, in private, but Twilight was still obviously a problem. There was no way Shirley was going to abandon the baby Draconicus now, and Twilight was most likely won't accept that, but would that be an issue she have to deal with later? For now, perhaps it would be best to start thinking of ponies she could trust with this information. She also needed to figure out their name, but she really had a present plan for later. Twilight seated with relief before lowering her head, smiling softly at Shirley.
So do you think that Draconicus pick their own name at some point? Like Discord maybe chose his own name?
I guess if they are, if what they're saying by you mean by this headcanon,
Mm-hmm.
well, I'm assuming so because if they are saying that all Draconicus are left alone in the wilderness, then yeah, I guess they eventually will have to get a name for themselves.
Hmm. Okay, where were we?
Thank goodness.
Okay. Thank goodness, but you have no idea how happy I am to hear that, Charlie. I was worried you might still be upset with me. But anyway, thanks for understanding. Fluttershy and I have to get on over to Rarity's place now. Seems she's having trouble with something about caterpillars.
What?
We'll see you later, Miss Charlie. Take care.
Totally Flemish and the waved it and turned towards it with smiles, trotting out and back down the dirt path from whence they came. As they made their way back to Ponyville, the baby Draconicus eyed the two of them with a curious expression. Sen looked specifically at a flesh shadow before smiling softly.
Hee hee.
What is she going to do? Chili soon made her
I don't
way.
know. See, like,
What?
so, like, we really need to get one of two things. Either one of us really needs to figure out how to mimic female voices, or we need a third person to join us that is a female.
I don't think that's right. You're just a bit weenie.
I can't do female voices.
You can
It's like
just
the
read
opposite
them
of being.
normally. It's not necessary
I
to
have,
make the voices.
but never mind.
Lisa made her way to the schoolhouse herself, shutting the door behind her as she left. She then began making her way back home, as she was obviously wanted to get back to a little quicker than usual. Motivating herself to move quicker as she trotted through the small town. As Chili trotted, the baby Draconicos flowed through every movement, keeping her distant from Chili and going to the rooftop from rooftop to rooftop. As Chili has made it home in a few minutes' time, the baby Draconicos made her way back inside quickly by pacing through Chili's roof. She then hurried downstairs and waited in front of the door with a wide smile, sitting obviously and waiting for Chili to come by trotting to the door as soon as she did. As Chili made her way to find her son was greeted by the Draconicos, she chuckled and lowered her frame to hug her. The baby Draconicos nuzzled into the mare's cheek affectionately as he cherished her loving embrace. As they remained in this touching moment for a little while, the baby Draconicos felt the love coursing through her. Chili was indeed special. As she felt she could not let her go, she protected, loved, and stayed by Chili's side as long as she was able, whatever it took and to whatever end. She looked at her eyes, smiling softly to herself as she held the baby Draconicos close. Dude?
Oh, sorry. See, I told you I'd be back. And don't think I've forgotten about what I said. We'll get started with it soon.
The baby Draconicos simply continued to nuzzle into Chili's neck as she sighed, muttering on impulse.
Okay, Mama.
That
Mmm.
made me smile. Chili's hand,
Mmm.
Chili's hand snapped wide, as if her world was completely frozen up for a brief moment. You wanna say it or
Interesting.
do I wanna say it?
It's not in quotations, therefore it's your job.
Mama? Well, that was certainly interesting.
It certainly was. Was there an explanation as to why Charlie doesn't have kids? Was it because she doesn't have time?
I think yeah, no, she did.
Or was her and Big Mac not a canon thing yet when this was written?
I'm not sure it wasn't a canon thing or if this does simply like ignore that.
I'd check the date, because this might have been written before that was an official canon.
Yeah. Well, this is getting very sweet, but I'm worried. I am so very worried.
I don't remember. Did it go over why Draconicus are dangerous?
You told me that you remember this.
I don't remember that specific
They say
point.
that Draconicos are not supposed to be into
I remember they said that, but I don't remember if they said why.
no, they didn't say why. They say that
Right.
if they were racing in a quote unquote normal life.
Environment, they
Yeah,
become dangerous. They didn't explain why.
yeah.
I'd be curious to know if just Draconicus have been so widely feared that ponies just unintentionally avoid them or shun them because they think it's dangerous. And so as a result, all of these wives' tales, so to say, have been made to, go with that. And I'd be curious to know why Draconicus do that.
Why they why
Why they leave their children.
I'm assuming it's like the same mentality as some animals have. You know, the whole uh you have
Hmm.
you and the whole if you can't fend for yourself, then you won't be able to survive in this world, and then you know what I mean.
Hmm.
But I mean,
Yeah.
it's very weird that the writer chose to like do so at like what 3 days of being birthed.
Yeah, it was interesting.
I mean, it made it a lot more emotional, but I guess it doesn't really make too much sense. But then again, Draconicus doesn't really make sense, so. Well, something you want to say before I cut it out?
No, nothing I can think of. Thanks for watching with us, guys. Or reading.
Or just stay.
Whatever we're doing.
And see you guys later.
Bye-bye.